Listen, I found a dead body in the trunk. The body in the trunk is mummified. What was the murder weapon? What happened?
Bada bing, bada boom, bits. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? I noticed that I talk a ton of poo-poo about detectives. You know, in all these true crime videos, I'm like, listen, how did they not know that one piece of hair in the car tucked away in the back seat that they had to obliterate the car to get that belonged to that girl before she dyed her hair? Even I would know that. So that is why I'm obsessed with doing these unsolved mystery cases, because here's the thing. I want to know, am I a detective or is it all for show? I'm not a detective, I'm just... Last time I did one of these series, I did Hunt a Killer, and you guys seemed to really enjoy it, and you guys saw that I freaking loved it. That was my first time playing Hunt a Killer. The hype was real. The hype lived up to it. It was so immersive. You have to decipher these codes. It's immersive storytelling. I didn't think that it was just gonna suck me into it, but there's so many different components that make you feel like you're actually a detective. Here's the cool thing. Hunt a Killer saw that video. They saw it, and they were like, hey, you like us and we like you? You know what that means. We're gonna send you one for free. Today's Hunt a Killer is actually in partnership with Hunt a Killer. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys are like me, if you want to find something different for date night, maybe you're sick of laying on the couch scrolling through your phone like, what movie should we watch? Or maybe you're like, Mother's Day is coming around. I don't want to spend a ton of money, but I want to get her something that's meaningful. And I know your mom likes true crime. I know it. I know it right here. This is the best way to show her that, hey mom, I actually listened to you and I really want to get you something special. You can help her solve these mysteries. It's a great way to bond with people, or if you just want to have game night with friends. The way that this one works is you get a monthly subscription and they send you a pack like this, and every single month you slowly work on solving the objective and solving this particular mystery. And this one is about a woman named Julia Adler. She calls me up and she says,
"Thank you for coming on such short notice. Miss Gray says you're the best. I found the body in a trunk in the attic. It belonged to an actress who disappeared in 1934.
Welcome to the Cadence. Enjoy your show.
Her name was Viola Vane.
First blow was to her wrist, second and fatal blow was to her head. Say she was trying to defend herself.
Don't you just love a good whodunit?
listen, I found a dead body in the trunk of my theater. She's got this bougie theater in New York City.
Doing this all for you. Could be the least bit grateful.
The body in the trunk is mummified. It looks like one of those famous celebrities from the 30s, and we need to figure out who the heck put her there. What was the murder weapon? What happened? What happened?
I just want to be free.
What happened?
She's an immoral woman. This has to be done.
Then try to tell me you got the wrong guy.
That's it.
That's what we're doing today. And it's super cool because it's all like an escape room in a package delivered straight to your door, and it's really affordable. It's cheaper than going to the movies or a nice dinner out, and you don't even have to get a babysitter if you have kids, because you can just solve this with your kid or while your kid's watching TV. And for my ladies out there, you want to know if your partner is a smart cookie or not? This is a very nonchalant way of doing it. You put this in front of them, date night. They can't figure shit out. If you go missing, what's he gonna do? They have over 100,000 active subscribers, which is insane. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description so that you can try it out. It's so fun. Right now, you can go to huntakiller.com/StephanieSue and use code StephanieSue to get 20% off of your first box. Do you have what it takes to hunt a killer? Okay, so this is everything that came in this month's subscription, and I'm kind of excited. It's called the Cadence Theater. Like, look at the props that they have. They straight up have this, which is the play, what do you call these? The play pamphlets, and I'm gonna run you through it. There are gonna be spoilers ahead, just so you know, is the Grey Investigations note. So this, I'm part of Grey Investigations, not run by Christian Grey, but Michelle Grey. And she's pretty much explaining to me that there's a woman by the name of Julia Adler, and she lives in New York City, and she runs this family-owned theater that's been around since like the early 1900s. Now, one day, she approaches this financial trouble. She's like, I need to make some money. I don't want this family theater closed down, but I've got loans, you know, I've got bills that need to be paid. So she starts debating, should I go into the attic? Should I go into these places and look for these vintage costumes? Because when they were poppin', it was like the Art Deco time period. You know what I mean? Like the 30s. Ooh, vivacious. So they're like, okay, maybe we go in there, look for some costumes, and we can sell them. When she goes into the attic, she opens up this antique trunk from the 30s, and inside of it was not a costume. It was a corpse. It was a mummified corpse. It was a skeletonized corpse. This is a fictional story, by the way. That's why I can joke around. And so now she's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I know that this needs to be solved. It's all over the national news. If I don't find out who killed this person, then no one's gonna come to my theater and I'm gonna have to shut down my family business. So Michelle Grey, aka my boss, she wants me to solve it.
Because she can't do anything herself. I gotta do it all.
So this one's interesting because this one actually you can go online and there's more files online, like an actual detective if you worked in like a PI firm. So she gave me my special password and all of that. So if we need to do that, I'm gonna hop onto my computer. And then the second thing that I got was a letter from Julia Adler herself. Yes.
Is that the CEO?
Of the theater.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she owns this family theater, and she pretty much sent us this long letter saying, you need to help me because I think that this body belongs to a Viola Vane. Now, Viola Vane was a very famous actor in like the 20s during the Depression times, like the 30s, and she would always be a part of these massive plays at the theater, and then she just disappeared one day after rehearsal, just poof, vanished. There were so many theories about where she went. Maybe she ran away with a rich man. Maybe she went to Los Angeles. Maybe she was kidnapped. Maybe she joined a cult. Maybe she's a witch. Like, there were just so many crazy theories, but nobody really figured it out. Nobody thought that anything like crazy, like she would still be in the theater. Nobody thought that. And then she opened up this trunk. The police came, and once they found out that this body has been there for like 80 years, more than that, like 100 years, they told themselves, well, we don't really want to do that. That's like at the bottom of our priority list because we've got people getting murdered in 2021. We don't really need to investigate a murder where probably the murderer is dead already. But she's saying, I need to get to the bottom of it. Viola Vane needs to do justice. Which, like, do you guys see her like dressed up in the, well, I don't even know if this is the time period, but I tried.
What, the fishnet?
The fishnet. You know, the bowl and the fishnet situation that I got going on. I thought it was very Art Deco. Do I know what Art Deco means?
Does it block your sight?
No, actually it doesn't. Kind of like a grid. Like I can see you through a grid. So she's telling us, you know, we need to get to the bottom of it. The police didn't even look in the attic. She thinks that the murder weapon is still in the attic. So it seems like this objective for this month is to figure out what the murder weapon is. Then maybe we can find out who that murder weapon was owned by. So she says that she's going to send us some more details in a little bit, but she did send us a cufflink that was in the attic, wedged between the floorboards, that the police don't even care about.
You lost the evidence?
No. I'm not one of those detectives. Are you kidding?
Oh my God. Tempered evidence?
No. It's right here. It was blending in with my hair clip. So this is the cufflink, and it has a 1 on the back. See. I love the fact that Hunter Killer sends like these props. Oh yeah.
So that's the cufflinks.
That's good.
And then you say in the back there's something?
Yeah, it has a number 1 on it. So what play? Who are these characters?
Wait, who am I? Am I the news reporter or am I?
You run a popular podcast called Rotten Mango, and you were trying to make sure that the detective.
I'm interviewing the detective.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like,
and I'm gonna write a podcast on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, probably your co-host is gonna write the podcast because I heard that you have a couple lines, right? Are you the star of the show?
I'm the brain, the soul, the spirit of the show.
Okay. Yeah. So the cast of everyone involved was actually in the play that Viola Vane was rehearsing for before she disappeared. So I'm going to give you the rundown. So the main character is Hector Rowland. Hector is actually Viola Vane's real life fiance. So they were playing the love interest main leads of this entire play called The Strange Duo. But they were also dating in real life. So Hector is actually a big time, like an actor. He's like a big time person. He won a bunch of awards. Would I say he was like the Leonardo DiCaprio before Leo DiCaprio? No. But he was, he was relatively famous. And then Viola Vane, it seems like she came from a relatively small town and just started thrusting herself into stardom. She wasn't at her peak yet. She was just starting off, but people said that she was amazing to work with. The director specifically said she was just so receptive to constructive criticism, but she was also so full of surprises that it made watching her on stage very magical. And then we have a Melvin Kahane, who is more of a comedic dude. He's like the comedy. Melvin the
comedy dude.
Yeah, I need to expand my vocabulary. Melvin the much chuckles. Mahahaha. Melvin.
Melvin the mahahaha.
Melvin the mahahaha. There you go. Okay, and then we have a Josefina Almonte, and this is her first time on a Broadway stage, but it's not your first time hearing her because she's a very, very good singer. And then we've got an Evelyn Kittyridge. Now, Evelyn Kittyridge, she is the understudy of Viola Vane, which means that unless something happens to Viola Vane, she won't even be on stage. So with most of these like Broadway things, it's like if the main lead gets sick, you can't have a production without the main lead. So you've got someone who's been practicing nonstop as if they're going to be on stage, but they might never even make it on stage.
I feel like that setup is just
murderous.
Just full of
homicidal urge.
Yeah, it's full of motive.
Exactly. You're probably wondering, what is this play about? Because that's what I was wondering. Well, thankfully, we've got this pamphlet, which, by the way, I mean, this is so thorough. It's even got, like, food stains on the front. Because, if you go to, like, these theaters, you might get a food stain.
Where? Can I see?
Yeah, do you see those stains right there?
Oh, that is so weird.
And, like, the ink is wearing off. Really cool, yeah?
Very realistic.
Yeah. And then we have Ira Adler, who, this is the guy. He is the director of this entire play. So we've got Act number 1. It's separated into Act 1, 2, and 3. And Act number 1 is about Floralinda. Now, that's the name of the main character, Viola Vane. She's playing Floralinda, and she's like a department store employee. And that is when this massive celebrity walks in with her assistant, and Floralinda is like, well, I think that you should get these flowers. Now, those flowers happen to be something that the actress, this famous person, is allergic to. So suddenly, this actress starts blowing up on Floralinda, just yelling at her. Her assistant starts yelling at her in the middle of this freaking department store. And that is when Maximilian, who is played by Viola's real-life fiance, the other main character, he's actually the son of the family that owns these chain of department stores. So he's like this massive heir, and he's supposed to be like
a K-drama.
It's like a K-drama, and he's supposed to be like working and like figuring out how he's gonna like run the place, and he overhears this, and he actually used to date that major actress. So he was like, you know what, I am gonna try to get on her good side again, because maybe he wanted to date her again. So Maximilian goes up and he starts yelling at Floralinda, like, you're disgusting, how'd you do that, why'd you do that? And that is when his dad overhears it, and his dad gets pissed. This is a very wealthy man, but with morals. I know, shocking. We'd never seen one before. And so he comes up to his son and he's like, son, don't you dare yell at her. She's one of my best employees. You know what? If you want to be the heir to this place, I'm going to test you. You and Floralinda are going to switch lives, because Floralinda's one of my best. And if you can't get your shit together, then everything I own is going to go to this random woman, Floralinda.
Are you serious?
Yes. So then we have Act 2 that starts. So now, Maximilian, he's working at the department store, but he actually had to get a second job to pay for all of his utilities. His friend, he moved out of this grand place that he used to live in, and Floralinda, yeah.
I love the concept of story inside of a story inside of a story,
right?
This is like so complex.
I know, I kind of loves it. So then, he's living this life, working so many jobs, and he gains this respect for Floralinda that he never had. He was like, damn, she's she's good at that. So he runs into her at a charity event. Don't know why he's there, but he's there. And he tells her, I was wrong for yelling at you. Like, I'm sorry. And Florinda, you would think that she'd be like, ew, no, eat the rich. She actually was really nice. She was like, it's fine. Like, I get it. You haven't seen the world except for now. And she grabbed a flower out of her bouquet and put it into his little, like, suit. What do you call it? The flower thingy. And he was like, thank you. And they had this beautiful moment. But that is when his ex-girlfriend, the actress, approaches. And she's yelling at Florinda some more. And Maximilian steps in front of Florinda and tells her, step away. And she breathes in the allergens of that flower that is now in his lapel. And she has an allergic reaction. And before she leaves, because she has a medical emergency, she tells him, I will ruin your family. So then we have act number 3. And this massive actress's entire fan base is boycotting the department store. And it looks like everything is going to go into ruins. And Maximilian is really sad about this, and so is Florinda. And that's when Florinda tells him, you know, I mean, I'm going to miss this life. I even bought this, like, necklace at this, at the auction that we were at, the charity auction. And he looks at it and he says, that's a very famous gem. Oh my God. This is worth like bajillions of dollars. So they decide to plot and give this necklace to the actress if she gives a personal endorsement of the department store. And so she says, you know what? I hate you, but I love jewelry more. So she accepts it, gives a personal endorsement. Business is booming. And that is when Maximilian's dad comes and says, you guys did great, but I have made my decision. I want both of you guys to run the store together. You guys work better as a team. Do you accept? And they were holding hands and they happily accepted. He said,
That's cute.
Yeah, so that's the play that Viola Vane was in with her real life fiance, Hector. So then she just disappears. So what's interesting about this play is that Viola Vane was rehearsing to be, but there's a stamp that says, as of May 4th, the role of Florinda Farley will be taken over by Evelyn Kitteridge.
I say her name different every time.
Kitteridge.
Wait, so Viola got taken over?
Yes, because she disappeared. So the understudy took Viola's place. That sounds like a motive to me, but it's never that simple. Hunt a killer is never that simple. You think you got it. You're like, Evelyn, that bitch. But it's probably not going to be her because that's too easy. So then we also have these pieces of paper. And then I also have another letter that is, okay, first of all, attention to detail. This looks like it was written on like an actual typewriter because even from the back, you can feel it. So this is from Hector, the real-life fiance of Viola Vane, to the director of the whole thing. Remember, he's the main lead. And he pretty much says, how are you and Evelyn holding up? So it seems like they started dating.
The director and the new
understudy,
girl?
yeah. The one with the motive. And he's
Wait,
pretty
was
much...
this before the disappearance or after?
It seems this is written after. So I don't know if they got together before. I don't know if they got together afterwards. But it seems like they're together because that's a really random thing to say.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of insinuates that they're, you know, how are you guys as a couple doing? And he's just talking about how he has no idea where his girlfriend went or his fiance went. He just keeps hoping that she has enough money to get a warm meal and a warm place to stay at night. I mean, how could she just vanish? And I understand how it looks on me, as me being Hector, because it makes me look guilty, doesn't it? But I don't know where she is. Do you think that she just hated me? Why would she run away? Just pretty much a sob story. I'm still not writing him off. I'm still not, because, you know...
Well, what's his motive?
Or maybe he's a jealous bitch. Maybe they were having some domestic struggles. So I'm going to sift through these even deeper. Here, you can take a look at those. We also have this Cadence Theater booklet.
Honey, I'm a reporter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a detective.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so reporter, you can actually read through those for your source notes. Thank you. Bye. So then we have the Cadence Theater notebook right here with lines if you guys want to take notes. Okay, I think it's a notebook. Imagine it's like got the killer's name at the very back. I think it's for my notes. See, that's the thing. How would I know?
What is that in the front?
So it's like about musical notations, you know?
Can I see that? Do you understand how to read music notes?
No.
Does that have anything to do with the 1 in the back of the cufflinks? It's 1 plus, what is it called?
Oh. It says 1 with the dang, 2 dots. Ding, ding.
Do you see that in the book anywhere?
Okay, there's this thingy with an F clef. That means a bass clef appears mostly in choral music.
Choral music. Carol. Baskin.
Carol Baskin did it, Carol. Okay, so, oh yeah, this is Curtain Call. You've got a QR code. You've got all of this that you can work with. This is the police department's full list of evidence that they took from the crime scene in current time. So this is like today's time. The police went in there. They got all the stuff from the attic. This is what they got out of it.
So everything that was in the attic.
Yes, but she did mention that the police weren't doing the best job. So we'll see. And then we have the forensic report.
You should definitely read that.
Yeah.
Because what's the goal? Just to find the murder weapon, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we just... Oh my goodness. That's
a lot.
Oh.
So the remains have undergone extensive mummification, but are remarkably well preserved. So extensive damage on the skull. Likely cause of death. Blunt force trauma to the head.
She got bumped by something. And we just need to find that something.
Yeah. Bonked on the head. And like, it seems like she has a defensive wound.
Where?
Okay, so there's a depressed fracture on the upper left quadrant of the cranium's frontal bone near the coronal suture. Blunt force trauma to the head. It's on the head, but like, I don't think I need to know what part of the head, as long as I know
that's
it's
important for you to figure out the weapon.
Okay, then how am I supposed to know what a cranium's frontal bone near the coronal suture? I don't know, somewhere here.
Okay,
Bumped.
but does it show like what shape, what size?
8 centimeters in diameter. And
Wait, hold on. 8 centimeter in
diameter.
Okay, it's about
and
this much.
It's circular in shape, indicating the use of a weapon in corresponding size and shape. Oh, that's a weird weapon.
Wait. So it's an 8 centimeter like stick?
But like a stick wouldn't necessarily, because it's a circle. It's almost like a golf ball hitting it, maybe. Like, I'm not saying it's a golf ball, but it's like indicating...
It's like a circle.
Yeah, that the shape of the murder weapon would also be a circle, because if it was a stick, then it wouldn't cause that circle shape.
Right. Okay, continue reading. Continue.
Okay.
I think we're there. And
then it says that the blow lodged numerous shards and splinters of bone into the frontal lobe of the cerebrum. Yeah. Okay, just yeah, that's all we need to know. There's a foreign object in one of the fragments of the subject's frontal bone.
Wait, there's a foreign object, meaning there's something?
Extraction efforts revealed this body to be a single cabochon-cut ruby. Cabochon? Cabochon-cut ruby. 3 centimeters in length, 3 centimeters in width, and 2 centimeters in height.
Say that one more time?
3 centimeters in length.
You know how big is 3 centimeters?
So it's a giant ruby.
It's like 1 inch.
That doesn't make sense. Why would there...
They found a whole ass ruby in the head?
Well, not like in the head. She's not freaking Thanos. No, Vision. But like it was like in the part where she had all that blunt force trauma. So it looked like something had fallen out of the murder weapon maybe. Or maybe I had a ruby attached to my bracelet and I bonked her one last time for good measure and then maybe the ruby fell off.
So ruby is usually a girl.
Yes.
But rubies are expensive.
Girls have money too. Girls have money
No,
too.
what I'm saying is it's a rich woman.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I got triggered for what?
They didn't say, is it real ruby or is it...
No, just a single ruby. 3 centimeters in length, 3 centimeters in width, and 2 centimeters in height.
Jesus, it's huge, honey.
They think that it appears to have dealt 2 powerful blows to the victim utilizing a blunt object, so blunt force trauma.
So someone grabbed the ball, smashed it twice.
And it says the other made contact with her skull. So the second one made contact with her skull. And potentially lodging a small gemstone into her cranial bone.
So this murder weapon has ruby on it?
Yeah. What kind of
fancy
murder is this? That's everything. Now I'm going to go through, the only things that we haven't gone through are the online files and then this police department report.
What are you reading?
So I'm looking for anything that could possibly have a gem in it, and there's a shit ton of stuff actually. So there's a musical clown doll that has gems. An emerald cut 6 centimeters in length, 2 centimeters in width, and 3 centimeters in height. Several of these gems are missing, but that doesn't match
Wait.
Yeah.
Say that one more time. You say there's a doll that has a lot of gems on there?
Yeah. The box that it lays in.
Oh, the box has a lot of gems.
Yeah, but they're all emerald cut and 6x2 by 3. So that doesn't make any sense.
So
but a lot of them are missing.
But they don't have rubies on there.
So then there's a mannequin torso that's wearing sunglasses. The limbs are not found. So that's reassuring.
Oh, the limbs?
The limbs.
The limbs.
But why do they have a root? No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe like it's wearing a bracelet and you just no. But see, I don't think it would cause like a circular.
It could, like an elbow.
Like an elbow?
Yeah, like pop pop.
Okay, there's a prop crown that's severely dented. A crown. That makes sense. Imagine bonking someone with an actual crown. Yes. And it's got briolette gems measuring 5x3 by 3. How much is that one?
3x3 by 2, I believe.
Oh. Never mind. There's a paper mache head with fake blood. Boxes of fake facial hair. There is an orangutan costume, a harness.
That seems fun.
3x3 by 2.
What is it?
It says it's a cane, but I just told you it can't be a stick. So there's
but what if does that cane have a top?
I don't know. It's a wooden shaft measuring 3 feet, a circular metal head 3 inches in diameter.
Oh, it's a medical what?
It's a metal head that's circular.
Okay.
3 inches in diameter. It's got a cabochon gem insert that's measuring 3 centimeters in length, 3 centimeters in width, and 2 centimeters in height, and it's missing one. And it was leaning underneath the coat rack.
I think that's it. Wait,
the fracture is 8 centimeters in diameter and circular in shape. But this one says wooden shaft measuring 3 feet, circular metal head in 3 inches in diameter.
3 inches is about 8 centimeters. I love the switch up on the dimension.
Yeah.
If that is the case, 7.6 centimeters.
So it is the cane.
So it's the cane.
It's the cane. It's item number 22.
So it's a dude wearing a cufflink, holding a cane, and then bumped her in the head. So who has motive? If it's a dude, then it's either Hector or the director, IRS.
He's wearing cufflinks in this picture.
Shut up. Let me see.
But didn't they all wear cufflinks?
But I feel like they all wear cufflinks, yeah. And this is a cufflink from the theater, right? So technically, all of them could be guilty. There's 3 dudes. Wait, who's this? George Erickson at the end.
Oh, who is this guy?
Wait, so did we find the murder weapon or not? We found it.
Yeah, but
so
that doesn't mean...
We solved the case.
Yeah, but now I just got into it, I need to know more.
What's the next package's objection?
Okay.
This will be next week's, technically, right?
Yeah, this will be next week.
Oh, snap.
Whoa, there's so many cool
stuff. So all these information we've gotten, we're going to need to kind of break it down to solve the final.
Ooh, and there's more characters being involved, like a Joe, a delivery, more letters. Ooh, another typewritten letter to another different person, Hector Roland. Whoa, an enamel pin. This is from Hunt a Killer. Wow, look at these like musical notes. Do you see that? Oh, I'm excited. So this next one is going to be all the reports after Viola went missing. So like, how people tell from their perspective what they think happened to Viola? All right. The murder weapon has been deemed bonk, a cane. All in a hard days of work. Now I'm gonna go to a local, where did they go back in the day?
Pub.
That's in the UK. I'm gonna go to a pub and I'm gonna order me an old fashioned because I'm
old fashioned.
I'm old fashioned. And I'll see you guys next week. So make sure to check out huntakilla.com/StephanieSue and use code StephanieSue to get 20% off of your first box. If, like I said, Mother's Day is coming around, maybe you're planning a game night, maybe you're like, date night, finally, we're all vaccinated, let's hang out. This is the thing to do. It's so freaking fun, and it also kind of gives you like this immersive storytelling experience. It feels like an escape room, and you can also see if your friends are smarter than you, or if that person that you're dating, are they worth dating? Are they smart? Maybe, maybe not. Would you really want to date someone who can't even solve your own disappearance if something happens one day? No. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you, Hunt a Killer, for sponsoring today's video. See you tomorrow, bits.